So today we're going to talk about season 2, episode 1, which happens to be episode 17 if you look at the whole scheme. And there we go. So you notice in the intro is totally different. You see that new robots are being introduced. A purple plane that turns into a tank and is half cream, and then you've got this train. He's also like a shuttle, and who knows? My name is Obama. and then you've got Omega Supreme. I'm gonna give you that one. And Omega Supreme steps on something, and then Bone Crusher picks it up and he carries it away. Now, this is a secret. There's an episode, a really sad episode, where you realize that the Constructicons were at one point in time friends with Omega Supreme, and Megatron made them evil with this evil turning machine that would capture robots and turn them evil. And in the process, Omega Supreme became really like traumatized by it. So he used to be like, hey, what's up, what's going on? And then he became this, I am a robot, I only do things. So there's something psychologically serious about this particular episode that happens, and this is kind of hinted at in this particular intro that you have. You also have the Dynamons, you also have the Insecticons, we're introduced with them before. So that's what's going on. Then you've got new robots. If you catch it, if you pause it, you notice that next to Optimus there's some new robots, and next to Megatron there's one white new robot. I'm not going to tell you who it is, you'll find out soon enough, but they're there. So then in this particular episode, basically they start creating this robot with mismatched parts from other robots from, I guess, that had died, I'm not sure, like spare parts. And so they make, so Spike, no, not Spike, his dad, the wrench guy, I forget his name, he makes a robot, and then he brings it to life with electricity, kind of like Frankenstein, and then he goes crazy, and they have to shut him down. So in the process, I kind of realized that Ironhide uses a water gun to be able to stop the robot. Now Ironhide can pull, he can create glue. He can, out of his little like hand, he can be like, his hand goes inward, and he can shoot glue. He can shoot liquid metal, and he can liquid nitrogen, but he cannot do cement, and he cannot do water, but he can do glue. So he can't separate the compounds. So there's something going on there. And then that's how they stop the robot, and then they shut the robot down. And then what happens? The Decepticons are attacking this space. Sorry. The Decepticons are attacking this spaceship thing, where they build spaceships, and the Autobots show up. There's a fight. Megatron, Optimus accidentally destroys all the spaceships. Nobody says anything. And they just all blow up, and then Megatron decides that he's gonna get away, and he's gonna create a diversion to be able to get away. And in the process, he shoots at Bumblebee's tire, and Bumblebee turns on his side. He basically skids and turned on his sides. Because of him turning on his side, Spike is in a coma. Mind you, the accident wasn't that bad, but now Spike is in a coma because we need him to be in order for this storyline to be able to continue. So and then they take him to the hospital, and then that's where Spike's dad goes. Sparkplug, that's his name. He says, if there was only a way to separate my boy from his body, if there's only a way to separate his consciousness from his body. Now correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe in the 80s they've already created anesthesia. I'm not quite sure, but I'm gonna go ahead and say that yes, it was created at that particular point in time. So you don't have to remove someone's consciousness from their body in order to heal them. You can just give them a shot of something so they can heal. Maybe because he's a teenager, they don't know what the effects of anesthesia might do to him, so maybe they would rather remove his consciousness from his body and put it in a robot. instead of, I don't know, giving him a shot of something. But okay. And then, so then, in the process, so Spike gets transferred into this robot, right? So he's like, oh, I want to do bad. I don't know why I want to do bad, but I want to do bad. This is a secret that's going on here. When astral projection happens, it opens up a door that allows negative energies to enter into a person henceforth. What is it? What is it with the exorcism things? Okay. So there's different degrees of that happening, but it's kind of actually addresses that. So they keep saying it's a side effect. It's a side effect. Where does the side effect come from? Why is this boy like trying to destroy things? Was it already inside the consciousness of the metal that was there? Was it a Decepticon? I don't know. Who knows? There's this whole storyline that was not really hashed out that leaves you to question, like, what? So these robots can travel through space, and they can create energy. They can, like, transform, but they can't keep a metallic bird out of their base. And this bird seems to go in there all the time and get the information and deliver it to Megatron. At some point in time, I would think that they would create some kind of alarm system. But no, because we need to have a spy there. No, we get the information over there. So then on top of that, Spike is watching Frankenstein. Where she's learning that he is a monster, and he's like, oh my gosh, I'm a monster, what's wrong with me? So he goes all crazy. This also is Reflector's spotlight episode. This is the one episode where they were like, Reflector, you're gonna have lines, okay, and you're gonna have like a full head-on shot. Really? I know there's 3 of you and you all look the same, but we're gonna give you like some lines and you're gonna have something to do. So there's something going on there. And then who's the blue robot standing next to Megatron? Is it Rumble? It doesn't look like Rumble, but it's a blue robot, so we're gonna go ahead and assume that's Rumble, but you know what I'm talking about if you watch the Netflix version. So then Spike is like, so hard to think. I don't know. And then Optimus basically tells Spike, because Spike has gone to the dark side. He's like fighting the Autobots with Megatron as a gun, because Megatron has talked to him and said, hey, we're just sentient beings. Megatron is actually pretty convincing. He's like, we're just sentient beings. We'll realize what we can do. And so, the gun thing, he get rid of these people that have turned you into this. So he's like, okay, why not? And so Optimus tells him, he goes, we just did this so that your body can be repaired. Not healed, repaired. He's not a robot. He heals. He doesn't repair. But I guess humans can repair too. I guess that you can use the same words for that. Ironhide can now make oil. But he still can't make water or cement. And then Sparkplug is sweating. Oh yeah, Sparkplug is like running to his son. He's like, son, no. And he's like sweating. And then all of a sudden another shot and he's not. And I'm like, did you pull out a handkerchief and clean yourself before you saw your son? And so Spike accidentally causes his dad to fall down a mountain. And he's about to fall, and he throws down that claw that you see in those toys. In order to pick up the toy from the thing, he sends it out, and he saves his dad. And so then you've got the violin, and then so Spike in the robot form realizes that he's gonna take down the bad guys. So he uses Megatron in the gun form in order to shoot down the bad guys. And because you know. A crazy 16-year-old boy with a gun is gonna, in a robot body. That's the good guy. That's the good guy that's gonna take out the guns. The other guns. So then you got the violin music, like, it's like sad music. And then they put his body back into his human body, which makes no sense. But I was thinking to myself, dude, like, seriously, like, would you not want to stay in the, like, why, yeah, so that's the Transformers episode. What's gonna happen? What's the new dealio? I'm gonna tell you, time's up. Hasta la agua con Lelo.